It's a new day.
This is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Welcome, everybody, to our holiday home improvement show where we're focusing on getting ready for the season in ways that will save you time and money. So first up, we're streamlining our holiday entertaining experience with some festive recipes and dishes you can make ahead of time, leaving you freer to get out of the kitchen and spend time with your guests and family. Here with great ideas, please welcome from Seattle Ginger, personal chef Jennifer Asmundson. It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
I love this. All looks so much like the holidays.
So much.
And the whole idea about make ahead is that a lot of us think, okay, this isn't as good as the stuff we make fresh.
Right.
You are blowing that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, basically, there's a whole lot of things that you can do ahead of time to take the stress out of it. So and there's a couple other little tips and tricks that I'm going to show you guys that it's just going to make life so much easier so you can enjoy your guests.
And it's delicious, right?
It's
and
delicious.
Just because it's been in the fridge for a minute doesn't mean that it's not bumped up. It's good stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can I just stop for a second to
Sure.
say, can we pay homage to the pie over here? And I presume that's a big giant vat of whipped cream next
yes,
to it.
vanilla bean
we
whipped
could just
cream.
stop right there. Vanilla bean whipped cream. Okay, what are we starting with?
Okay, so we're going to start with a port orange cranberry sauce.
Port orange cranberry
Yes,
sauce.
I'm not gonna lie. I like to use a little, something in my recipes when I can.
I never do that.
So I'm gonna put you a little bit to work.
Okay.
So I want you to grate a little bit of orange peel.
All right. And it's going to fall into this little baby
Absolutely,
here. Huh?
you got it.
Interesting. All
Yes.
How
It's
much
a nice,
do you want?
easy. As much as you want to go.
I'll go for a bit.
Perfect.
Is that enough?
That's plenty.
There you go.
All right. And then you want to grab some cranberries. Okay.
All of these or just some?
Just some.
You'll tell me how many?
Yep. You can even, as many as you can get in the pan. How's
Okay,
that?
that's fine. I love to watch them cook because they pop. And it's fun.
They
fun
do.
to
It's so fantastic.
do that. More?
That's perfect.
That's plenty.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Then you're going to get some port.
I am.
Absolutely. Just a little splash on top.
Okay. You better watch me. I know. Just to make sure. Is that enough?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to put a little bit of sugar. You can use brown sugar. You can. This is a crystal sugar, but basically all you're going to do, easiest recipe in the world, you just let it cook down.
Just cook it. That's all it is.
And here's an extra little trick. So you can use the same ingredients for the same meal, and it brings all the flavors all the way through the meal.
Right.
So you've got your cranberry sauce, which you can make a day ahead, put in the fridge. You can also roast some parsnips with little olive oil and salt and pepper. You know, the parsnip is kind of like the giant big carrot, right? You basically, before this cooks down, you bring it out, toss it in with the roasted parsnips, and you've got this gorgeous
Wow.
dish.
So you've multi-purposed
Multi-purposed.
And not everybody likes, I don't know why they don't like cranberry sauce because I think it's delicious, but
Yes.
if they don't, then you still have the cranberries in
Exactly.
here.
Exactly.
Now, can you use Splenda or some other sweetener?
absolutely you can.
Because I know some
Absolutely.
people are really trying to cut down on sugar. The cranberries have, a lot of sugar in them as it is.
Absolutely. And there are several diabetics in my family, so I'm very attuned to using very little sugar.
Great.
Here's the sauce when you're done.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely delicious.
I can smell the port.
Yes.
And
a
port
little
is
bit
so
orange.
good in berries. I
It
love
is
just putting,
so
strawberries and
fantastic.
blueberries in port with a tiny bit of sugar, and
Absolutely.
it's unreal. So I know I'm going to
Absolutely.
love this.
Yes, yes. Okay, so there's your
What's
cranberry
next?
sauce.
Got that
The
done,
next-
day ahead.
Absolutely. So next.
And the parsnips too, right? Because we're just going to heat those up.
Right, exactly. And you can literally just warm those, no big deal.
And we're done.
So
Okay.
your stuffing, all you have to do, I start with maple sausage is my secret ingredient. Okay. And a little bit of, you just put that in the pan.
Just a little tiny bit, right?
Absolutely.
Oops, I need an implement.
go.
Thank you.
And if that's too big, you can use
That's
the
all right, that'll
spatula.
be fine.
Perfect.
There we go.
Okay. So basically what you want to do is I always like to cook it with the sage and also a little bit of rosemary. So you can put a little
you've got
pinch of
these together,
rosemary.
right?
Absolutely.
Is that enough?
Absolutely. So you want to, basically you'll be browning this. You use the fats from the pork to cook everything else. So
All
you
right.
leave the pork in the pan, and then you can add in your celery and your onions into the same pan. So you can go ahead and do that.
All right. Have we got this heated up?
It is. It
Okay.
is. It's just taking a little while.
Celery. That's all right. That's
Yep.
all right. It's TV. We know this how this
Yeah,
works.
exactly.
And do you use white onions in this
I do
case, right?
for this one. You can also use purple onions, Walla Walla sweet onions.
Yeah.
If you
I kind of
want
like
to
the purples because they're a little
They're
less
beautiful.
bitey.
Yes, they're beautiful.
They're pretty. You're right.
Exactly. So you're gonna want to like basically get this all, so the onions and the celery are sweated along with the browned meat.
Okay.
Then you're gonna add in your parsley, your chopped parsley.
How much?
Add a little bit on top. That's perfect. And so I'm
Now,
going to show you.
parsley is one of those things that you chefs always use and home cooks often forget about.
Yeah.
That seems to me like something that I should be
It's-
more inclusive of when I'm cooking.
Yes, and parsley is a great base herb. It goes with pretty much any world cuisine. Parsley. And I personally love the Italian parsley because it's a better texture for me.
That's the flat parsley?
The flat parsley, exactly. The curly parsley is great for when you're making tabbouleh and you kind of want to fluff up a salad. The Italian parsley, for me, it chops down much better, finer, smaller.
So that's a great thing to include as we're
Absolutely.
thinking about holidays.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's going to cook up. Once it's all done and you add the bread, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to add, so first you're going to, when you cook it up,
Here we go.
it looks like this. All right. So you can see the ground, the cooked meat and everything. Meanwhile, you're making your croutons. So what I love to do is get a fresh baguette, cut it into little pieces. And I
Right.
use baguette. It's an old family recipe of a friend of mine. She uses baguette specifically because there's more crust.
There's lots of crust, right? I
And
hadn't even
it's
thought
a
about that.
texture thing. So a lot of times people don't like stuffing because it's too mushy.
Right.
This
Or some
is-
people like their super mushy.
Absolutely, it's totally a personal taste thing. But this is basically you're making your own croutons, and then you melt a bunch of butter,
Right.
and you toss your croutons with
In
the
the butter.
butter, and then you toss all of these ingredients together, put it in your pan, and throw it in the oven.
And it ends up like this.
Exactly.
That is beautiful.
You throw some chicken stock on top.
Right.
That's it.
And it's pretty simple. If you like it crusty, leave it that way. If you want it
Yes.
moisture, add more broth, cook it a little
It's the
more, and you're
easiest
good.
thing in the world.
That looks delicious.
Yes.
Okay, for our
Yes.
final trick, we're
Yes.
going to brulee this pie.
Absolutely.
I can't believe it. I'm very
I know.
excited.
I know. Here, I'll turn that off there.
And I think I'll let you do this because I couldn't even handle the whipped cream canister the other day, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do it with a blowtorch.
Problem. No problem.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So this is just a little sugar, and I'm going to amp it up a little bit as I've got little maple sugar.
Oh,
Yeah, to kind of add to the flavor a little bit.
so where do you get that?
Pretty much any finer grocery store.
Will have it?
I know Metropolitan
Ooh, gosh,
Market
that
has
smells
it.
good.
Doesn't that smell delicious?
Wow.
Yes, and it smells even better when you start torching
Watch
it.
this, everybody.
Yes.
And look at that little tiny thing, but it's
And
so useful.
you can get this in the hardware store. This is literally a soldering.
What? That's not even a kitchen
Nope.
thing? It's just a soldering tool?
Exactly.
Look at that.
Yep.
Look at you go.
And you basically just hold it real close. You guys will be able to smell the sugar cooking real soon.
Yes.
So you want to hold it close and be careful because this is a butane torch. But you want you don't want to burn yourself. There's a lot of dangerous things in the kitchen, let me tell you. But you basically just want to keep it really close to the sugar, and you'll see the smoke and you'll smell the sugar. Can you smell the sugar
I can,
burning?
absolutely, and that maple sugar is just delicious.
Exactly. You
So you
basically
just let it
go-
get a little brown
just
and then
a little
move
brown,
on.
and you move on. You don't want to keep going because then you'll end up with a burnt pie. If
Don't
you-
want that.
No, and if you don't want to buy a little torch, which you can get in a culinary store or the hardware store, you can go to your home, just your regular oven, put it under the broiler for maybe like a minute and a half. Don't walk away.
Right. That's so much more fun now.
Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. But just if you don't want to spend the, $20, $30 to buy this, it's super easy.
Thanks so much. These are all great, and I know we have, we'll include the recipe for a game hen. If you don't want to do a turkey, everybody can have an individual game hen.
Absolutely.
That also can happen ahead of time and then just pop into the oven. So
Yes.
we posted Jennifer's great tips on our website and some of the recipes as well. Thank you very, very
You're
much.
welcome.
I can't stop cooking this because it smells so good. Coming up on the Holiday Home Improvement Show, upgrade your pantry before the holiday entertaining rush kicks in. You have all that stuff to put away. How to achieve this kind of organized look after a break.
This New Day cooking segment brought to you by Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery, powered by Electrolux.